All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, quick example here for the absolute value stuff. It's only one problem, but I want to make sure that you know that you should finish any work that you haven't done so yet. A number of you haven't done the Big Ideas assignment on the website from, I think, 2 days ago. So make sure that you take a look at that for Monday. All right, but here's one example, just like the one that you're going to do. All right, so you have your absolute value. Here, I'll even do this. Let me add an extra element here, just to remind you. Okay, so this doesn't look exactly like the one you're going to do, but just as a reminder, you need the absolute value by itself before you can solve the absolute value equation, okay? Remember, the absolute value that has a negative and positive inside of it, and we need it by itself so we can figure out those two different cases. You cannot distribute. That will affect the absolute value, so do not distribute. Think of it like I said, straight up and down. It's like a wall. It can't penetrate. It can't go through, whereas with parentheses, it's like a bubble. All right, but it's 4 times. And by the way, you can still, even if this was parentheses, you can still do this step. So maybe if you want to get used to that, that's fine. Even if it was parentheses, you can still divide both sides by 4 and get the parentheses by itself. But you definitely have to do it with the absolute value. But 5 by 4, that gets rid of the 4, undoes the multiplication, that divides there. And now you are ready to split into 2 different cases. One's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. All right, now, if your answer over here happened to be negative, it's all about this number. Once you get it by itself, if this number shows up to be negative at any point, then first off, if it's negative from here, you're done. You just say no solution. All right, but as long as it's positive, you can keep going. All right, so let's talk about the 2 cases here. So 2x plus 1 equals x, 2x plus 1 equals negative x. Make the answer negative. So this represents our positive and negative cases, as we could have a positive and negative in here. Solve those equations. So subtracted the 2x, got negative x, divide by negative 1 to get the x by itself. Oh. And you get x is negative 1, so that is a possible answer. Minus 2x, 1 equals negative 3x divided by negative 3 divided by negative 3, so x is negative 1/3. So those are 2 possible answers. All right, now typically with a problem like this, normally you're going to have, a lot of them are going to have a number. You would be done, essentially, right? As long as this side stays positive, all of your answers are good. But the problem is with this variable here, we have to check our answers. It's always good to check your solutions anyway. Just get used to plugging it in and make sure that it works. But in this case, check it out. Negative 1, when we plug it in, is going to make the side negative. That doesn't work. This is not a solution. And actually, we plug in negative 1/3. That also makes this side negative. So this is not a solution. So actually, this has no solution. Now, if this does happen to you, now the example that you're going to do below this video is not, it will have one solution, I believe. All right. This doesn't happen very often, but anytime that your answer makes this side a negative, it's going to be a problem. All right. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, just get the absolute value by itself, create 2 cases, one with the answer as positive, one as the answer as negative, solve them, and then you'll have 2 answers, check them. This doesn't happen very often. Most of the time you'll either get 2 answers, and that's where this is just, for example, if this was a number, we'd be good to go. either of those answers would work. Because we have a variable on this side, that could make this side negative. In this case, they both did, so no solution. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for that. Take care.